Hey everybody, today I am bringing you a full trophy roadmap and guide for Ghost of Tsushima. Now keep in mind, this is a completely spoiler-free trophy roadmap and guide. There'll be no story or narrative spoilers or anything for Ghost of Tsushima in this guide. So if you want to watch this while you're still playing the game, or maybe before you buy the game, you can watch it without worrying about anything being ruined for you in the game. Be completely spoiler-free, and this will give you a full breakdown of all the trophies in the game and how to earn them. I will say this straight off the bat before we kick into anything, there are no missable trophies in Ghost of Tsushima. So if all you wanted to know was whether or not there were missable trophies, there are 0 missable trophies in this game. You can go ahead and play the game and you're not going to risk missing anything, and you can come back and watch the video later if you want to do that, or you can watch the video now, or you can leave now if that's all you wanted to know. But I thought I'd say that off the bat. So let's dive in and take a look at the full trophy roadmap for Ghost of Tsushima.
When you say you feel low and good things.
Alrighty guys, I'm really excited to be bringing this video to you here today. I have been loving this game all weekend. It is so much fun, and I wasn't expecting it to be as much fun as it is, but the game is great. If you're a new viewer of the channel for whatever reason and you haven't seen one of my videos before, I do trophy roadmaps and guides like this, normally about once a week, as well as daily videos about trophies or PlayStation based content. So I would really appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the other kind of content that I produce on the channel. Now today we're taking a spoiler-free look at Ghost of Tsushima. This is Sony's latest first party title that they've released, developed by Sucker Punch, the developers behind Infamous and Sly, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Slide somewhere in the background there. And today I want to take you through a full trophy roadmap and guide. So let's get into the guide. Now, before we start, it is completely spoiler free. There's no spoilers in this guide. And like I said at the top, there is nothing missable here. So you can go ahead and play the game and not risk missing out on anything, and you can go back and still get the platinum in that same playthrough. Off the bat, all my trophy scores and times to platinum are my own. They're my own personal ratings. They're not based on other websites. I do look at other websites to come up with the numbers that I have. So the 3 out of 10 that I've classified this as is a combination of my own personal opinion based on other games and this game, as well as looking at other guides that are on the internet as well. So if another website has the trophy difficulty at like a 1 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10, it's their own personal ranking. This is my ranking. So I want to keep that in mind because a couple of people have been commenting on it of late, and I just wanted to clarify that. I think it's valuable to note. I'm saying the game is a 3 out of 10. This is for a number of reasons. You can play the game on any difficulty you want. So you can play on the easiest difficulty and the game becomes quite simple as well. On the hardest difficulty, the game is a lot more challenging, so that's worth mentioning, but you can make it as easy or as difficult for yourself as you want. Obviously, depending on what difficulty scale you make it, the game is going to be more or less challenging. So that's the difficulty. The other thing as well, and you'll see why in a minute as I break down where all the trophies are, the majority of the trophies in this game are for collectibles. Not really anything too hard. There are some combat trophies, but not many of them, with the majority being tied to collectibles. Hence the difficulty, I think, being pulled down slightly more as well. So that's my justification. Now the time to platinum is around 50 hours. This might be a little bit generous. The game will take you around 40 hours to finish, and that's if you're playing through it just at a leisurely pace doing everything. It's a long game. It's a big open world game. I played through it and did all the side stuff and things as I was playing through it as well. I didn't just do the main story, so I probably ended up in around that time mark. And I'm saying you're probably going to need another 10 or so hours to clean up everything in the game. I played on normal and that was my stats. If you're playing on a harder difficulty, the time is going to be longer though. In terms of other stats, there are no online trophies, there are no missable trophies, which is so good. It's such a nice feeling. And no glitched trophies to my knowledge either. There are no difficulty trophies, so you can play on whatever difficulty you want. You only require 1 playthrough, you don't need any chapter select or anything like that, and there is only 1 trophy stack for this game on PlayStation currently. Now that's the trophy roadmap for Ghost of Tsushima. Normally what we do now is we look at the steps to platinum, but before we do that, what I wanted to do is a trophy list breakdown of this game, because I think it adds additional context to the steps. Now, I don't normally do this, but I think for bigger games like this, it's going to make sense to go into a little bit more depth. Again, nothing spoiler related, nothing story related, just talking about the trophies at a top line. So this is the breakdown of where all the trophies are. Ghost of Tsushima has 52 trophies in the game, 51 if you exclude the platinum, and I've broken them down into what they are, essentially. So there are 12 non-missable narrative-based trophies in the game. There are 7 trophies associated with side missions. These in the game are called tails. So there's a bunch of those that you need to do, and they all tear up into these trophies. There are 7 associated with that. There are 9 combat-based trophies in the game, 20 collectible-based trophies in the game, so you can see there's a lot of weight there, and then 3 miscellaneous trophies for doing random sort of quirky side objectives, I would say. And then obviously 1 platinum as well. But the reason I wanted to do this is because it demonstrates where the majority of your time in the game is going to be spent. So the game is an open-world, third-person game, and the majority of your time is going to be getting collectibles. There are so many collectibles in this game. I've got a list shortly when we go through the steps to platinum, but I think there's like 15 different types of collectibles that I've called out that I've considered a collectible per se, and that's like, there's just a ton of them, and each of them has a lot of stuff you have to collect as well. So that's where a huge amount of time is going to be spent, but that's also the reason the game's not that hard, is because a lot of the trophies are associated with collectibles. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now we can go into steps to platinum. So I've tried to split this into 3 really straightforward steps. The first being, just play the game. The game is so much fun. Just play it. Nothing is missable in this game, so you can just go ahead and enjoy it and just do whatever you want. Have a fantastic time with it, and just finish the main story. The beauty of it is that after you finish the game, you can just get put back into the open world again, and you can continue playing as you were before. So you don't need to worry about passing a certain point of no return or anything like that. They do a good job of like just letting you play the game and enjoy it after it's done, which a lot of games don't do. So that's something you don't even need to worry about, which I respect and I think is awesome. So that takes a lot of pressure off you guys. You can just do whatever you want. Now in this playthrough, you'll obviously be doing side quests, collecting collectibles and stuff like that as well, but just play it, have a great time with it, and have a blast. Once you've done that, my advice is come back after you've finished the main narrative. Now the reason for that is a couple of things. The first is that all of the liberation missions, these are the things that involve you taking over a camp from the Mongols, and it allows you to see more of the map. They all become visible on your map to you after you've finished the game. They will just get plastered on the map, so you can just go clean them all up one by one. Those are a mission type essentially in the game. But the beauty of that is that you don't have to go and find them. When in the main game, you just have to go exploring and you come across these things. But once the game is finished, it will just tell you where they are. So that's one thing, and that's why I kind of advise doing that afterwards. And then the other 2 things that I suggest doing in step 2 here is completing just the other side quests. So there are 2 types of side quests. They're all called Tales, but there's side Tales and Mythic Tales. Now, side Tales are just your basic side quest, and there's like 4 or 5 different side quest givers who give you those quests, and you just have to kind of follow them. There are 7 Tales, Mystic Tales. Jeez, I'm getting confused. And those ones, they give you like better loot, essentially. They're kind of like more narrative focused. They're more like, they're almost main missions, but they're still side quests. Kind of like the big missions in Witcher, if you guys recall those. These are what they call Mythic Tales. Now there's 7 of those in the game that you have to complete as well. So step 2 is for finishing those side objectives. Now you don't have to do it in that order. You can do collectibles first if you want to. There's no harm in doing one before the other. I don't think that steps 2 and 3 slow anything down or speed anything up. This is just a way of conceptualizing it for you, so you know what needs to be done once you finish the main game to get that platinum. Now, while you're doing these things, it's important to note as well, there is a trophy for fully upgrading your sword. Now, to do this, you need to collect resources in the game, and you're going to need a ton of resources to fully upgrade your sword. So my suggestion is, while you're doing these things, whether it be playing the main story, doing the side quests, or collecting the collectibles, make sure you're picking up as many resources as possible to upgrade your weapons. These are seen all over the place. They are located everywhere. I think they're called different things, you know, whether it's minerals, materials, supplies. Just pick as many of them up as you can. You don't have to necessarily go hunting for them, but when you're going through the main game, my suggestion would be just collect as many as you can, because it saves you time at the end when you might potentially not have enough and you'd have to go back through and find them. There's plenty in the world. It just takes time to get them. That's all. You just need a lot. So that's why I suggest that. And then the final step after all of that is cleanup. Now in this step here, I've lumped in gather all remaining collectibles and miscellaneous trophies. I'm not going to go over what the miscellaneous trophies are. because while they don't spoil anything in the game, they're kind of just like these little quirky things that you need to do. I would just encourage you guys to go and check those out yourself on the trophy list once you've done everything else and once you've played the game. It's more fun for you guys to go and do that and see the Easter eggs and stuff they've put in the game. So don't, I'm not going to go into those here. What I will talk about though is the collectibles and the types of collectibles in the game. This is a list of all the collectibles that you'll have to find in the game. So I was off a little bit before. It's 14 different types of collectibles, or at least what I would call collectibles in the game. These aren't in a particular order. This is just how I listed them from the game. But you'll need all of these to get the platinum. Some of them have specific trophies related to them. Others have trophies that unlock when you do multiple different parts or multiple different collectibles at once. Others, they all like lead up into something else. There's so much. There's so much. You know what? I'm not even going to go into what they are because I don't want to give too much away. But this is a checklist for you of exactly how many you're going to need. So there are 16 Shinto shrines that you need to find. There are 49 Inari shrines that you need to find. Those are the fox ones, I believe. There are 10 altars, hidden altars that you need to find. 18 hot springs, 16 bamboo strikes, 23 pillars of honor, 25 jewels. There are 19 haiku spots that you need to find. There are 80 Sashimono banners that you need to find, 20 singing crickets, 8 lighthouses that you need to climb, 59 items that you need to wear, like vanity items. They've called vanity items in the game. It's kind of a weird naming convention. 40 records, and then 50 artifacts as well. That is all of the collectibles in the entirety of the game that you need to find to get the platinum trophy. All of these, in one way or another, build into a trophy of some sort, whether it's a specific trophy attached to them or it is leads into another trophy, but you'll need all of them to do everything. And that's basically it. Once you've done those things, you'd have probably got the miscellaneous trophies by that point as well. If you haven't done, they'll be the only things that you're missing, so you'll know what they are, and they're really, really simple. Without going into any detail about what they are. That's it. That's the entirety of the game. So as you can see, a large portion of it is made up by collectible-based trophies and collecting things. That doesn't mean you're going to be collecting things for the majority of your time with the game. I would say the majority of the time with your game is going to be like playing the main story. That's the longest portion of time. The collectibles portion of the game will probably only take you around 4 or 5 hours to clean up, I would say, and then probably about the same to clean up the side quest stuff. And remember, you're not going to be doing it from scratch, because as you play through the game, you do just find stuff. So you'll find that when you finish the game, you've probably got like a quarter to half of all the stuff you're missing anyway. And the map's really good at laying things out for you, letting you know where things are missing and stuff like that. So yeah, the game is very accessible, it plays very well. The trophies I think are really good. And the trophy list is a decent trophy list, I would say. I'd say this is one of the stronger trophy lists I've done a guide for in probably this year. It's got a good balance of stuff in there. It's not too frustrating. You don't have to play through the game multiple times. In terms of critiquing it, I guess adding difficulty-based trophies in. However, I do also like how accessible it is for people. I love the fact that new trophy hunters can go out there and pick this game up and play through it, and they're not going to be put off by having to play through the game 2 or 3 times. They're going to be able to play through the game once. They're not going to be able to miss anything. Everything is obtainable, and they can slowly just chip away at it. I know that you hardcore guys out there will be wanting to do everything as quickly as possible, but for the majority of people who play this game, this is a really, really solid trophy list. I would say the trophy list is probably like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 in terms of like how good the trophy list is. Let's call it a trophy list score. So if we're going to do a trophy list review, that's the score I would give it. But in terms of difficulty, it's still a very, very easy trophy list. 3 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. It's going to get confusing, right? I need to come up with a better metric of what score I give trophy lists. Maybe I'll use letters. Let's say an A. Let's give it an A out of letters in terms of trophy list scoring from the Platinum Trophy. This one gets an A. Yeah, great game. I had fun. I had fun with this game a lot. I recommend it. I don't normally say that in my videos, but I really do recommend checking this one out. It came out of nowhere, in my opinion. I knew about it. I've seen stuff for it, and I didn't expect it to be as much fun as it was. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you're playing this game as well, and if you've used my guide to get the platinum, then let me know in the comment section below, because It means a lot to me. Let me know what your thoughts are on Ghost of Tsushima. Are you enjoying the game? What do you think of the trophies? Do you think they're too easy? Do you think they're too hard? Do you think they're reasonable? Do you agree with my scoring? Yeah, let me know. I'm really curious to have a dialogue. Also, if there is anything that I've missed in here that's really valuable that you found playing through the game, let everyone else know in the comments below, because it helps the community out if you do. So that would be appreciated as well. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It is fantastic that you stuck around till this point, if you have done. and I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's video, or if you're a new subscriber, hopefully you stick around, and I'll see you in the next trophy roadmap. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.